OWC game situation is crazy, but in this video, I want to talk about OWC, aka OWC World Cup, which is essentially this OWC World Tournament where all the countries come together and they fight each other. We got South Korea fighting the United States, we got Australia fighting the Britain, and it's just absolutely insane here. But I just want to talk about who the freak won, and obviously this is a bit of a spoiler, so if you don't want to get this information from this video, click the heck off and go to the OWC game subreddit or go watch the VOD. But I'm just going to tell you guys what the fuck happened, where essentially it was a match between South Korea and the United States, and I wasn't super caught up into this. It was this match in particular that I tuned in. I wasn't super into the OWC scene. I knew it was going on, but I haven't really kept a large eye onto it. But I essentially started watching this because I realized that this is the final match of it, and I was like, okay, I gotta at least tune into this one, right? And we have South Korea versus the United States, very strong teams, but it was United States versus South Korea at the final match. And both teams are very, very powerful. With South Korea having people like Flying Tuna, the worst hard rock player, Garcher, and Amama Kokoro, and United States, I'm trying to think of other people in the South Korea, but I'm just listening off the top of my head. The United States also had really good players like Rekti Gyat and Utami the Rizzler and Tequito and a rookie named Bez. But essentially it was United States versus South Korea, very strong teams facing each other here. But I was basically watching this, and it was a very close match where South Korea was actually losing really hard versus the United States. It was 4-1 US to South Korea at a point, but then South Korea just came back and then started hopping on every map in the game and then 5 wins in a row, and they were like, I need a max win, and they just hopped in, and then South Korea just absolutely destroyed the US. And this is actually insane, right? Because the US has historically been the dominant major in OWC, and they've won for the last 6 or so OWCs here. So it finally breaks a trend where South Korea finally reclaims their title as the victor of OWC, which is absolutely insane here. And in my opinion, I think it's pretty nice because it gets a little boring seeing the same team win over and over again. And personally, this time I was rooting for South Korea, and I was like, okay, well, let's go South Korea. I hope my fellow Ching Chongs finally rise up against to the United States freedom fighters and take back their victor in the OWC, right? But this is basically what's going on, and I was watching it, and there was some gameplay in the He Will map, Hard Rock, where South Korea just absolutely went crazy with Byokin, like an 1800 combo.
Come on, bro, you got this. Third. There goes.
Bring home the bacon.
There goes Kane. There goes Karcher.
No, this is yeah, Korea. Holy shit. Let's go. Oh, Forum is pooping. Oh, Forum is pooping hard.
Yo, Byok.
Dropping a pep round. Byok is fucking sexing.
Oh my god, he hit this.
Oh, he missed. Uh-oh.
Oh my god.
Never mind, it's over. There's no way USA is coming back from this.
Like, honestly, I don't know why that map isn't the tourney map, because that map's more of a for fun map instead of something that really tests your skills. There's also the final map here, the Nomad 3 Unravel, which was the star of the show, where it has a bit of a diff spike, like a Goodbye Moonman type-esque diff spike in the middle. It goes absolutely crazy here, and I'll show some clips of my reaction to it because people were hitting this left and right. Utami the Rizzler was going in, whereas Hard Rock Player was going in. Like, it was just absolutely crazy here. Yo, what is this diff spike?
Misses. Shock misses.
Yo, where's Hard Rock Player? What the Sigma is he doing?
Is left on his own. The rest of USA are crumbling.
Dude, Utami's just rizzling up this map.
Utami is on his own. Can he hit these?
Oh my god.
If he hits all of these, this could be
oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, Utami Riz.
Oh, everyone missed. Except for Byok. Hello? Oh, Byok is nervous. Look at this, Gracie.
But essentially, at the end of this, the South Koreans finally took back their throne and became the OWC victors once again, which I'm pretty happy about, right? But that is OWC in a nutshell. I'm not gonna super talk about the other matches because I didn't really watch them. I just watched this one. Besides that, I also want to talk about some post OWC things here, where I want to talk about Utami the Rizzler here, because Utami being in the US team is a bit of a controversial thing where people don't really like him because Utami has a past history of being a little bit of a weirdo freak Rizzler. Like, he's trying to max out his charisma stats, but he kind of keeps failing it. But there's a lot of controversy with him being in the team again since he just recently came back, right? And Utami, honestly, he did do really well in this OWC match. He was one of the top performers, but his reaction to the end of the match, so it's kind of weird because my friend told me that Utami has a bit of a cliche around him where after a tournament, no matter if he wins or loses, he crashes out essentially, and he just breaks down crying, and I'm just like, what the fuck, bro? This shit is so fucking gay. But I basically tuned into the Utami stream, and I'm gonna show some clips here.
Fuck.
What the fuck, bro? Bro, why is he so sad? What the fuck?
Oh my god, bro.
This is El Riz. Come on, Utami. What the fuck,
very
bro?
L.
But Utami is essentially crying and bailing out his eyes, and he's just like, no. But BTMC, he basically made some commentary about this. I was watching his stream as well.
People obviously giving him shit is not going to help that.
Now we're talking about Utami the Rizzler, man. BTMC said that Utami needs to take time for himself, for his mental health, so that he can become better. I mean, it kind of makes sense.
The message that I'm trying to send everyone is to be empathetic to people.
Yeah. Be empathetic.
To try to see things from their perspective. Try to understand a little bit that...
But just don't be gay. You don't have to be crashing out after a fucking tournament.
They're going through it, and...
Seriously, dude.
That's okay.
And what BTMC is essentially saying here is that we should be empathetic to Tommy here, because he has a lot of emotions going through him right now because of the high stress environment with the OWC match and him losing it. And that we should just let him be, let him have his emotions, just lash him out, be exaggerated fit, go cry, go scream. And I'm just like, dude, what the fuck, man? This is not what you're supposed to do here. And honestly, I'm out here trying to help him, right? Because with Tommy, when people see you, especially when you're a man, that you have no fucking emotional control and you start acting out fully on your emotions and you don't really control them by any means. Like, I'm not saying you should be a robot, but you need to control them, because it shows to other people that you're a lot less dependable, and people are going to respect you less of it. They're going to think less of you. And Utami, he doesn't really have that much respect from other people already because of the taint on his own reputation already, because of what the fuck has happened around him. And this is not helping him in his case, where motherfuckers, they tune in and see your stream, and then they see you crashing out and crying and losing your shit. People are going to lose respect for you. They're going to think you're less dependable. People are going to like you less. Like, I'm out here trying to help you out, man. Do not be like this. Do not crash out completely. Like, obviously, you're going to be pissed off, right? You're going to be sad. There's some sort of negative emotion. But you control that. You say, okay, instead of crashing out, you say, fuck, man, that match sucked ass. And then immediately afterwards, what you do is that you analyze your situation. It's never too early to analyze, even though OWC, the next one, is a year away. But you analyze your situation and say, okay, what did we do wrong? What could we have done better? What did we do good? Let's see what we could do better for the next time. And you don't let your emotions get out of the way, right? Because the goal here is to win. And to win, you need objective, logical truths for you to get there. Not your fucking emotions. It's not your feelings that makes you win. It's what you do that gets you to win. But besides that, with the Utami the Rizzler situation, I also want to mention one last thing before I end this video, where I saw that my friend Big G Cyo, he's hopping onto the OWC game where he was facing against the United States, and he was going absolute sicko mode on the Rubik's Cube map on Hard Rock game 930k. I gotta shout out that one score in particular. Shout out to Big G Cyo. Let's fucking go, dude. Speaking of Australia, for the next OWC, now that we're seeing a bit of a rotation between the majors here, where essentially it's the United States and then now South Korea, it'll be kind of cool if the next OWC, maybe Mrekk, he becomes an absolute god and 2000 PP plays are his new 1000 PP play, and he just hops in and absolutely carries everyone, because I think Mrekk and the Australians do deserve a bit of a win, especially Mrekk, right? Because Mrekk, he's the #1 OWC player, yet he doesn't have an OWC badge. I think he does deserve that, because he does put in a lot of hard work and effort into OWC game. Or maybe he's just addicted to it, where he's essentially saying tweets like this, where girls are a waste of time when you could be jacking off and playing OWC instead. I mean, as you guys can see, Mrekk is clearly locked in to OWC game in particular, and I understand, man. I respect the grind here, but I don't know. This is kind of silly. I think I did see a bit of a dichotomy where other people were comparing it to White Gats. What he said is that the best things in the world are motorcycles, girls, and nature. And honestly, I would err more to the side of White Cats here, because OWC is not super priority as is for Mrekk. So I understand it from Mrekk's perspective, but again, I like White Cat's perspective more if I were to give my opinion on that. But that's pretty much all I want to say in this video. I'll see you guys.